Paul, a disappointing result tonight at the Fischer County Ground, a frustrating result as well, I expect, against the Derbyshire Falcons.
Yeah, a bit disappointing, Scott. We were well under par. We had that game. We probably dominated 80% of the game, and then threw it away. We possibly let them get maybe 10 too many with the ball, but I think we'd have settled with that. But the Derbyshire finished well. They hit multi-boundary overs at the end. They hit, but I think 5 out of the last 7 overs were 10 or more, so they finished well, but still would have taken that score at halfway. We had a good power play. We were ahead of the game. I think after 13 overs we were 15 ahead of Derbyshire and playing nicely, confident. Then all of a sudden we lost wicket. Nick Welsh was a positive as well. I thought he's a little gem of an innings, getting 30 in his second game. The way he hit the ball and struck the ball was very positive. I felt Callum Parkinson beforehand bowled beautifully again. As did most of our spinners. Colin Ackerman and Aaron Lilly did a great job as well. But we had the game in the grasp of our hands. We 46 off 30 balls. You have to win those games with 6 wickets left. You have to win those games. So bitterly disappointed. We just couldn't find the boundaries at the end, and the rate. Perhaps we could have run a bit harder at times, and the rate just was getting out of our grasp. We just didn't have enough big overs, too many overs of 3, 4, 2s in the match. Even Mickey Cohen, I think, bowled an over at the end of the power play over for 1 run, which was a wide. You can't dominate competitions by having that those numbers, unfortunately. So bitterly disappointed. We practiced well, we did well, but we just haven't executed and we haven't played well. We haven't had that positive intent. We're a bit safe and a bit soft. For us to do well, for Foxes to win trophies and play positive cricket, we have to be more ruthless than that, and we have to have more risk in our game and ourselves. We have to be more positive and more belief that we just, it hurts so much when you play these games because we should have won this game with an over to spare or 5 balls to spare, which I thought we would do that halfway through. I really did. We were 72 off 10, playing nicely, confident, in a good place. Then all of a sudden we just a couple of quick wickets, and we didn't get any big overs. We didn't have any big multi-boundary overs where you get 14, 15 and over. We had too many dots in the middle part. We had 43 dots in our innings. Third of the game in dots. You can't have that. Not at this level. Not on a good pitch. The groundsman again, Andy, produced a magnificent wicket. It was the perfect pitch what we wanted, just to hold a little bit in the first innings. Chase and win the game, and we did everything right apart from we got 4 boundaries in the last 60 balls on a belting pitch. We can't do that. To win games you can't do that.
Yeah, Derbyshire came and won the toss and obviously asked us to bowl first. I think after the power play, Derbyshire were 42 for 1 with spin sort of paving the way for the Foxes. Gavin Griffiths also chimed in with 4 wickets, 3 coming in the final over. So leaving a target of 148, it's definitely doable, especially what happened here not so long ago against Yorkshire. Yeah,
again, we squeezed well, we did well. Gavin had a fantastic last over, but and Callum is on 49 wickets now. He bowled beautifully as well for I think 24, 1 for 24. 2 for 24, bowled beautifully, and a couple of good stumpings for Lewis Hill, so really pleased for him as well. Felt he kept well, and our spin bowled well. Colin Ackerman perhaps could have bowled a bit more. Aaron Lilly perhaps could have bowled a bit more. We know that Derbyshire haven't been very positive in the past against spin, and we possibly could have bowled a little bit more spin. But we had a good power play, 46 for 2. Playing nicely. We then get a 11 off an over, then a 9 off an over, and we start dominating. And by 13 overs, we were 15 ahead with the game in our grasp. Just had to play sensible cricket and win the game. And we lost Colin Ackerman quite quickly, with Nick Welsh quite quickly. 2 new batsmen at the crease, who then played well for a couple of overs, but then we had too many dots. I think there was a spate of about 14 or 15 dots in 20 odd balls, and then the rate just starts to grow again. But even in the rate, even the last 5 overs, I think we needed 46 in the last 5 overs. It's a couple of boundaries and a couple of 2s, and it's game over. Win with 5 or 6 balls left. But we just had too many overs. We had a 4, we had a 6, couple of sixes, and at that stage you've got to be going 8s, 9s, 10s, 12s and finding regular boundaries, and we just couldn't find regular boundaries. 4 boundaries in the last 60 balls and a leg bye, 4 leg byes, sadly puts us under pressure.
What was the plan for the duo of Rhodes and Dillon? Obviously they came in following, as you just said, 2 quick wickets there to sort of try and ground themselves and then see themselves through to the end of it, or come out maybe 3 overs to go and start hitting, and if we lose a few wickets, so be it, we've got 6 in hand anyway.
No, they're going in, they're going in, they're going to get in, they're going to rotate, then dominate. That's what you love to do in this game. You get in first, you've got to have 4 or 5 balls to get in. Good pitches take less, but it was a good pitch. You rotate and they dominate. We rotated well, but we didn't dominate. We didn't have those multi-boundary overs down the order which we needed to do, and sadly the left and right hander, we thought we would do that with the left and right hander because it's tough to bowl at, but we just couldn't quite find the boundaries, and it cost us in the end, as well as too many dots throughout our innings.
What do you put the lack of boundaries down to? Tight bowling from Derbyshire, maybe tight in the field as well, or just maybe a little lack of confidence from the batsmen and just not feeling their game enough tonight?
A little bit of both. I need to watch it back. I need to watch to find out how Derbyshire executed. I thought Mickey Cohen bowled well, but I don't think his figures he bowled as well as his figures showed. I think we didn't take him on enough and be positive enough against him. He's got a little bit of pace, but nothing express. And I just think that we just didn't quite execute. We didn't find our boundaries. And tonight, the outfield was quick. It was tailor made for it. You get in, you face 30 balls. In 30 balls, you want to be getting 48, 50 runs from 30 odd balls in this format. Sadly, we couldn't find the boundary, and we lose the game. We're
not technically out of the Vitality Blast campaign this season, but we do have to travel to obviously Notts and Lancs and seek out tough results. What are your initial thoughts heading into the fixture on Friday?
Yeah, so far we've had a little bit of luck with the results going our way. Listen, we've got to be fearless in both games. We've got to go out there and we've just got to go and try and take a team down, because we've shown that when there's a little bit of fear there, it can sometimes consume us a little bit, and we've got to be free of that. We've got to be 100% committed and be ruthless in commitment, and just commit 100% to everything we do, whether that's bowling a Yorker, whether it's a bouncer, whether it's a wide block hole ball or a slow ball. It's about 100% commitment, and when we do that, we're as good as anybody in the game. But when we don't do that, and there's a slight bit of fear or negativity comes in, then you don't commit, and that's when we get hurt with bat and with ball and in the field. So great lessons, we're a bit disappointed. We have to win that game, we've got to pick ourselves up. We've got to channel that anger and that frustration, and go and have 2 outstanding performances, and take it away from teams. And we've got players to do that. We've just got to believe and we've got to commit. And that's the biggest thing for me, is being, he's just committed, 100%.